Come onto the fingertips with the straight elbows and rock side to side to start stretching out the front of your shoulders. Lengthen the breaths. Focusing on the in and out through the nose. Come onto all fours. Let's do cat and cow first. Warm up the spine. Stack shoulders and hips. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round the back. One more round. Let me properly warm up the wrists. Start with the circles to the front, one way or the way. If you want to take them into big circles, you might get to the hips as well. And I'm changing direction, or maybe just stay with the wrists. They can be a smaller circle or circles. Make sure you get to your wrists and the elbows are fairly straight. You don't have to lock them out. I'm turning the fingertips outwards towards the sides of the mat, pressing heels of the hands onto the mat, spreading fingertips and rocking side to side, slightly different direction. Think about keeping the shoulders away from the ears, just to make sure we are not hurting the neck. Now this is a strange one. Think about keeping your your fingers flat. I'm just going to face you and pressing into the fingers to lift up and work the muscles in your forearms and come back down. It's very controlled, lifting up onto the fingers, back onto the heel of the hand. Now if you find this is way too much, sit back on your heels and do exactly the same with a lot less weight, but you're strengthening the forearm muscles. But at the same time you might feel some stretch in the wrists. Do a couple more, see how much weight you want to put into it. And I'm turning the fingertips to the back. Please do that slowly. Slide bending the elbows and focus on pressing the heels of the hands onto the mat first and rocking forward and backward. Again, spread the fingertips as you're pointing them to the knees. And definitely don't lock the elbows out. And if you keep the heels of the hands on the mat, you will feel the forearms stretching exactly the same muscles that you've just worked on. And then the last one, I'm turning the fingertips inwards and pressing the back of the hands onto the mat. Now again, if you want more weight, then stay on all fours, but it might be quite a lot and you feel it in your back. So sit back on your heels if you're not sure. There is less weight on the wrists. Press the back of the wrists onto the mat and come back onto the knuckles. To give the stretch a rest, I'm pressing the back of the wrists on as I'm exhaling. And I'm coming back onto the knuckles as I'm inhaling. Again, if you feel anything in the lower back, sit back on your heels. And try your best to keep your elbows straight. Again, definitely not locked out. If your fingertips are close to each other, it might be easier. If you feel this is way too easy for me, then maybe bring the fingertips away from each other. And just by pressing the wrists onto the mat and trying to keep the elbows straight, you will already feel the stretch. So you decide how far you want to take it. Let's take a couple more rounds. And then sit back onto your heels and extend the fingers, make a fist a few times. Maybe circle your wrist around. And your wrist should be getting a bit warmer, which is really important for your handstands or the hand balances. A few more extensions. It warms up the hands nicely. And let's warm up. Stepping back into downward dog. Give it a few pedals in the heels. Walk the feet to the front of the mat, and I forgot to ask you about the blocks. So once you're in a standing position, you might want to grab the blocks if you've got them. If you don't have them, don't worry too much. Halfway lift, hands on the shins, lengthening the back. And as you exhale forward to the thighs, generously bend the knees. Grab the elbows with the opposite hand and swing side to side. Let gravity pull on the crown of your head, but maybe while you're hanging down, turn your head side to side and loosen the neck, and maybe nod the chin to the chest, making sure there is no tension on the neck. Walk your hands up on your shins as you straighten up, coming up into a standing position. Bit of stretching into the shoulders. Reach up, inhale, standing cobra. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center, a couple of side bends. I'm reaching left arm up, grabbing the left wrist, pulling it up high, and leaning over to my right. So I'm feeling the sides of my shoulders as I'm feeling the obliques as well down my left side. Feel the lengthening in your core. Come back to center, other way. Make sure you pull up tall first and across. Feel it down your side, your core muscles. Come back to center. I'm stretching the triceps this time. I'm putting the left hand on the top of my back between the shoulder blades and pressing down on the elbow to stretch the triceps. Change sides. Release, roll the shoulders back a couple of times. And let's do an eagle. You might just want to stay with one arm across, press it onto your chest and release the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe tip your head side to side to make sure there is no tension on the neck, or carrying on into eagle. And then once you're here, you can lift the elbows slightly higher. And see if you want to push your elbows one way, keeping the hips looking to the front or pointing to the front, back to center and the other way. I get more stretch in between the shoulder blades. Come back to center. Maybe lift the elbow higher, making sure you're keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And release. Roll them back and change sides. Other arm is coming across, feeling the back of the shoulders. Releasing the shoulders away from the ears. Eagle if you want, or if you're not there already, a slight lift in the elbows just to feel the stretch. And then if you want to go side to side with the elbows, just for a breath each way, you will find one side is quite nice. Once you're back to center, if it feels good, lift the elbows higher. And release. Shoulders back. Squeeze shoulder blades. Let's open the collarbones. Loosely to start with, maybe behind you. And make sure you're squeezing shoulder blades. Maybe pressing the heels of the hands together if you can keep the elbows straight. It's quite a tricky one. Slight bend in the knees, but lengthen the spine. Push the pubic bone towards the front of the mat. And open the collarbones up. And again, see if you want to drop your ear to shoulder one way, another way. Think about pulling your knuckles towards the mat, so you're lengthening the neck. I'm doing one more each way. Release it off, and we've got 5 sun salutations. I'm doing the first one slowly, and Felicity, I'm going to do the first one for you. Guys, you know the rest. Feet hip distance, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward. Make sure it's very controlled. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, find a high plank. I'm still stepping, you can hop. You know your chaturanga, guys. You can drop the knees for the first one. Felicity, I'm doing this one for you. Inhale, forward, exhale, drop the knees and the hips. Roll your shoulders back, press the feet into the mat. Inhale into cobra or upward dog. And find downward dog. I'm going through child's pose. You don't have to go onto your tummy, but you're still getting the stretch in the front of your body. Inhale, look to the front, bend your knees. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat, feet hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Maybe pulling on the back of your leg slightly to lengthen the hamstrings. I'm rounding the back with the first one just to come up slowly and carefully. You can always stay with that. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Standing cobra, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, hands to heart center. We've got 4 more. You can always go faster if you want. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, controlled fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, unless you're ready to jump through chaturanga straight away. I'm taking an extra breath. Inhale, forward. Exhale, go through chaturanga, or just drop the hips straight into cobra. Roll your shoulder blades together. Long neck as you inhale into cobra or upward dog. And exhale, find downward dog in your own time. Take 1 more breath. Focus on the shoulders. Bend your knees slightly. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, make your way to the front. Feet hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time I'm coming up with a flat back. Bend your knees. Imagine you're going through halfway lift. And then hinge up from the hips. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Squeeze the glutes if you're bending back from the top of your back. Exhale, hands to heart center. We've got 3 more. You do your thing. Ignore me. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plank or straight into chaturanga. Make sure your neck is long if you're going through cobra or upward dog. Bring the shoulders away from the ears and exhale, downward dog. Take 1 more breath once you're there. Slight bend in the knees, pushing chest through, feeling stretch in the shoulders. Inhale, look to the front, bend the knees even more. Exhale, feet hip distance in the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Still a slight bend in the knees. Flatten the back. Sweep up, inhale, standing cobra. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Sweep the arms around, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, take your time. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Press the feet in, lengthen the neck. Exhale, downward dog. Hold for 1 more breath. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, flatten the back. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more round. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Guys, take your time here. You have plenty of time to find downward dog. Don't forget, you can always leave out chaturanga. Hold for 1 more breath. Inhale, make your way, look to the front. Exhale, make your way to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stretch onto the thighs. Gentle pull. Bend your knees, flatten the back and sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Find yourself on your bum. We switch on core muscles. Starting in a V-sit. Can I just see who hasn't got a block? Okay, thank you. Feet hip distance. And this is probably Felicity, is the safest in the future, okay? Feet hip distance, go up your spine, long roll the shoulders back. Tug the pelvis, and yes, we are going towards boat pose. Watch what happens here, instead of pushing the belly button to the front, suck it in. It's going to become harder and harder, but make sure you feel it in the stomach muscles. Anytime you need to hold on to the back of the knees, please do. As long as you feel the engagement here and the ribs are sinking towards your back, just go as far as you want. Stay here or lift up into boat pose. Hold for one more breath. And let's stretch into hamstrings. We're going to come back to that. I'll give you a few options here. Fall towards the thighs, maybe hold for a breath. And we play with some drills. Bringing the feet up again, feet flat. I've got fingertips behind me. Drawing belly button in, but keeping the shoulders open. I'm bringing one knee into the chest, putting the foot down, bringing the other knee into the chest, putting the foot down. See how close it comes. It might come out to the side, and that's okay too. Now, option 2, if you draw the belly button in, you're going from boat pose, straightening out, inhale, exhale, bring the knees towards your chest, or maybe straighten out and open into froggy. Inhale out, exhale, draw the belly button in. Do a couple more. Again, one by one. Might be a good idea. Lean into the fingertips. How are the backs? Use the dog behind you, it helps. Sorry, I'm laughing at Felicity's dog. And then make this the last one. Lean forward. Give your hamstrings a little stretch. Can I just ask, how are the backs, lower backs? Thank you. Right. Leaning back onto your hands, fingertips pointing towards the heels, going into tabletop to warm up the hamstrings. Scoop the stomach, keep your shoulders open, and lift up into tabletop. Take a big inhale as you lift. Exhale, bring it down. Now, theoretically, yes, you're feeling the opening in the shoulders and the work, but you should feel the glutes squeezing on the top. Think about pubic bone lifting higher than the belly button. You can slightly look up at the ceiling, or just look towards your knees if your neck is unhappy. Scoop the stomach and think about squeezing the bum cheeks on the top. So there shouldn't be any back pain. When it comes to shoulder bridges, sorry, I'm talking to Felicity again. In the future, just choose that. It's good for the glutes. I'm sorry. Make this the last one now, guys. The rest of you, if you want to have a go, full reverse plank, as long as you make sure you scoop the stomach first and you lift. Let's try and stay up with the last one. And hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. Hold it for 1. Scoop the stomach, bring it down. Flex the feet, stretch. It's nice on the shoulders as well. Now, while you're stretching, you don't have to look, just have a think. The option we did before, that V-sit, fingertips behind you, tucking one knee in, is good. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going onto my back. You can try that. Just make sure you don't feel anything funny if you try it with me. This is preparation for crawl. To get your spine into that position. Sit up. If you're coming with me, lie down on your back. But again, Felicity, just think about it and watch how you feel. Once you're on your back, tuck the knees up, bring them out to the sides, pull them into your armpits, and lift your shoulders. Imagine you're trying to bring your pubic bone to your chest bone. Okay? Now I'm bringing the elbows on the insides of the knees. I'm going to change the angle a little bit. Bring them into the insides of the knees. Imagine your crawl position. Press the triceps on the insides of your knees. Lift even higher. Press the inside of your knee into your tricep, but slightly press the triceps outwards into the insides of your knees. Can you hear what I'm doing? And it's shaking in my stomach. Lift the chest even higher. Feel the shake in the tummy. Draw the belly button downwards. Curve your spine as much as you can. You should feel the stomach shaking. Feel the two-way press. Knees into the triceps, triceps into the knees. 3, 2, and 1. Stretch out. We're going to do that twice more. You need to feel the shake. Can you feel your stomach muscles working while you're doing that? Yeah? No back pain? Cool. When you're ready, bring the knees up, elbows on the inside, crunch up. Feel that work and press, two-way press. You're lifting the chest bone even higher. You're curling your tailbone up off the mat, and now I'm shaking. I can hardly talk. You're trying to decrease the distance between the pubic bone and the chest bone. As much as you can. I'm shaking. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Stretch it out. So that shape that you're adopting while you're doing that C curve in the spine, is practically what you start with. Now with the last one, I want you to think about doing a crawl. Pull up again. Start pressing in. Now imitate the shape with your hands and feet. Now look up to the ceiling, or look between your thumbs and press the tummy, compress it as much as you can. I'm really shaking now. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Stretch it. Find yourself on all fours. I'm rolling over the ankles. You might not like it on the knees. Give it a cat and cow because it's quite nice. Now I'm coming onto my front. If you want to do cat and cow, that's good. That's a nice stretch, and you're working on the back muscles as well. See how you feel. But a little bit of back work. Lie down on your front. And I'm doing mini cobras, hands under the shoulders, pressing feet onto the mat. Watch that your shoulders are away from the ears. And think about lifting from the upper back. Press the pubic bone in. Inhale, lift. Head, upper back. Exhale, bring it down. Feel the back muscles working. Less and less press into the hands. More and more work from the upper back. You can stay with that. I'm doing about 4 repetitions. I'm taking it further. I lift, inhale. Exhale, biceps by the ears. Keeping it high. Inhale, hands by your side. Exhale, bring it down. Even when you bring the elbows by your side, feel the squeeze on the top of your shoulders, in between the shoulder blades. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more. Keep pressing the feet into the mat. They shouldn't be leaving the mat. Draw the belly button away from the mat. It's really hard. One more time. No back pain. Press the pubic bone into the mat. Leave out the arm extension if it's there. Sit back into child's pose. It feels nice to go through a rounded back. Find downward dog and stretch your shoulders. Bend the knee slightly, bum up high. Let the sternum drop through. Yogic squat in the middle of the mat. Step or jump the feet in the middle. Heels flat, chest up. Focus in opening the groin, chest up. Right now your back should be flat. That's not quite the one we are looking for when we start the crawl, but feel the back muscles as you lift the chest, pressing into the elbows. Feel the back muscles working. And now relax, round the back. Now pull the triceps onto the insides of the knees. Hands are no wider than your shoulders, spread the fingertips. First, I'm lifting onto the tippy toes. And the first thing I do here is basically drawing belly button in. Try and get the same sensation you did when you were doing this on your back. And just tip the weight into your fingertips. You don't even need to take off. You can if you're ready. All I want is the core muscles to pull up towards the ceiling whilst I'm feeling the weight in the wrists and fingertips. And when you feel you're about to take off, look forward slightly, but draw the belly button in. And see if you can pull one heel in to start with. Have a go with that. If you know your crawl, Go for it and hold. And try and pull both heels up to your bum. Yeah. Otherwise, alternate. Once you've done that, push your bum up. Bring the feet hip distance. Give it a halfway lift. I'm coming quite high. Inhale. And exhale, forward. And your knees and come up slowly. Now, if you don't have a block, grab a really big pillow or two and put the block, one or two, or the pillows just in front of you, the mat. We're going to do a sun salutation and we come back to the same crow practice. Ooh. Feet hip distance. I nearly fell over just by standing. Not good. One sun salutation. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward. No rush. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Take it slow. Make sure your neck is long as you open the chest. It's quite nice now. And downward dog. Let's hold for a breath. And again, focus on the shoulders. The hamstring flexibility will come. Yogic squat, middle of the mat again, so I have space in the front. Heels flat. Now, another drill. I know we are a bit scared of falling onto the face. So this is here. Same setup. I'm getting that sensation from the stomach as I'm lifting the heels. I don't know if you can see it, but instead of flat back, I'm rounding the back. And I'm feeling the stomach muscles. I'm popping the forehead onto the block. And I see if I can take off, which means I only have to focus on my wrists and fingertips. Once your head is on your block or pillow, see if you can actually press into the fingertips. Relax for a sec. If you need to straighten your legs, please do. I'll just show you something. One of the things that makes crow so hard is this, right? You probably feel it. So if you want to come up for a sec, stretch out your legs and maybe press your wrist together. This is what's going to help you. Now look. So if I'm here, I'm going to press into the fingertips. That's where I'm feeling. Here, bending the fingertips slightly, press in and press into it. Press into it. It might not happen, but that will give you a lot of stability and confidence when it comes to taking the pillows or the blocks away. Think about it. It might not come off. If you were into your headstand, Mike is already, I think, no, he hasn't done it yet. Because what you're aiming for, again, is actually, you could do it on the block as well. It's a bit harder to go into a tripod headstand. Actually, I have to say, I'm finding it harder here. I'm not used to it. But you might find you can transfer the bum above the head. This is just an idea. For now, all I'm looking for is press here. Press here. Don't take it too far. That's it. And Sophie has got it. When you go onto your head, control as much as you can. But for now, just the forehead on the block or pillow, and maybe taking both heels off, or both feet, is a big step. Every now and then, stand up, straighten your legs, and press the back of your wrist together. Because there is a lot going on the wrists, on the hips. As soon as one heel starts coming off, it's just a matter of time. Just keep alternating the heels and think about pulling the heel up to your bum, because that changes your what's that now? Your balance point. We're going to take a break in a sec, so have one more go. Good. Guys, make this the last one. Finish it off, no rush. And let's come into standing position to stretch out the hips, legs, maybe a halfway lift. A little forward. Bend your knees and come up slowly. Roll the shoulders out. Squeeze the knees together. And we do a bit of chair. Feet together, shoulders back. Inhale, sweep up and hold chair. Lengthen the back. If you feel the tailbone is sticking back, tuck it under slightly. You don't have to sit low. Actually, I'd rather you didn't sit lower than your knee level. Now squeeze the knees as hard as you can. Feel the inner thighs working. Bring the hands to heart center and keeping the knees together. Twist to your right. Press the left elbow into the right knee. Keep the knees together. Press into the knee as you're lengthening the spine. Create a straight line between the left elbow and the right knee. Now, at this point, I'm not a huge fan of opening it because as soon as I open it, what happens in the shoulders? Look at my shoulders. They should be here, but that's not happening to me. So I press and I feel the stretch in the back. Releasing the chair, take a big inhale and exhale, stand up, hands to heart center, shake it out. And let's do the other side. Inhale, sit back. Squeezing the knees, that's really important that they stay together. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist the other way. And press the elbow into the knee. Lengthen between the two elbows. Knees are staying together. One more breath. Sweep up chair, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shake it out. Bring the feet hip distance, shoulders back. Inhale, sweep up. Let's go through a sun salutation. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, leave it out. Meet me in downward dog. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale with the right heel, lift the right heel behind you, three-legged dog. Squeeze the glute first, then stack and open. Put the right heel onto your bum and hold. Straight arms. Let the sternum drop through. I'm feeling the opening in the front of my left shoulder and then my whole hip, maybe on the right side, mainly on the right side. Inhale, level the hips. Exhale, replace your right hand with the right foot. Step into lunge position. Start with an easy twist. Left hand stays flat. Right arm up and hold. Think about alignment. Press into the right heel of the hand. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Feel the straight line between the right heel of the hand and the left heel of the hand and the right fingertips. Now send the left heel to the back of the mat. Lengthen between the crown of your head and the left heel. Drop the left knee a little bit towards the left side of the mat. Sweep the arms up into crescent moon. Take a big inhale. And let's twist again, hands to heart center. Twist to your right. Press into the knee. I'm facing you because again, I want you to think about the alignment. Now think about your right knee. What your right knee wants to do, it wants to drop to your left to facilitate this opening. Now what you need to do, close the arms, press the hands together, push your right knee out to your right, lift the crown of your head to the front of the mat and press into the elbow. And now I'm feeling my back twisting. Lovely. Untangle, reach up, take a big inhale. Exhale, half split, fingertips on the mat. I'm using the blocks. And sit back. Now keep your hip above the left knee. Flex the left foot up to the ceiling, lengthen the spine, and send the right hip to the back of the mat. Now forward. Feel the hamstring stretching. Bend the front knee, lift the back knee, and let's do a pyramid. I'm stepping the left foot in the middle of the mat. I've got plenty of space between the 2 feet. I'm tramlining them. I'm hanging onto my blocks. I'm sending the right hip to the back, flat back, sending the crown of the head to the front. And now forward towards the right foot. Feeling that the alignment, again, I'm turning around. All 10 toes are pointing to the front. And instead of going in the middle, think about sending the right hip towards the back of the mat and the forehead towards the right toes. And again, you place the hands wherever you need to. As long as you feel that the right hamstrings are stretching, you're there. Have a micro bend in the right knee. Bend your right knee even more and hinge up. Just shake out your right leg, and we are still twisting the back because we are preparing you for a side crawl. Go back into a pyramid, but this time I'm pressing the knuckles together behind me. Lengthen the spine, micro bend in the front knee, roll your shoulder blades together and hinge forward. Keep your back straight as long as you can. That's the toughest bit because we want to bend. Keep your shoulder blades squeezed together. Send the right hip to the back. Let the hamstrings work. Now release the left hand onto the right shin or a block on the inside. Turn the right shoulder up. Send the right hip to the back. Press the left heel onto the mat and reach the right arm up. Right thumb pointing to the front of the mat. Ideally, your back is straight. Ideally, you're trying to stack the right shoulder on top of the left. Left heel is pressing into the mat, and you should feel the work from the core muscles. If your left hand is on the mat and you're losing the flat back, come back onto the shin, lengthen the spine, and stack the shoulders. Bring the right hand on the right shin or block, bend your right knee, and come up slowly. Come to the front of the mat. Let's flush it out with a sun salutation. There is a lot going on in my right hamstrings, but hopefully your spine as well. You're feeling warm. Sweep the arms up, inhale, and exhale forward. Inhale halfway, exhale chaturanga, leave it out, meet me in downward dog. Inhale cobra, upward dog. Exhale downward dog. Lift the right foot, three-legged dog. Squeeze the right glute, left glute first. And then open and stack. Pull the heel to your bum. Right arm straight, dropping sternum through, pointing left knee to the ceiling. Level the hips, inhale, exhale, replace your left hand with your left foot, coming into a runner's lunge. Right hand flat, left arm up and hold a twist. Press into the right heel of the hand. Pinch shoulder blades together, lengthen the neck. Create a straight line between the right heel of the hand and the left fingertips. Bend the left knee slightly more and send the right heel to the back of the mat to really feel the twist in the back. And I feel the front of my right hip stretching as well. Drop the right knee a little bit towards the right side of the mat. Sweep both arms up, crescent moon. Hands to heart center and twist to your left. Press the right elbow into the left knee and just hold for a breath. Think about the alignment, pressing the left knee outwards towards the left side of the mat. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the front and now press into that right elbow and feel the twist in the back. Feel that you're trying your best to stack the shoulders on top of each other. Keep pressing the left knee outwards. And untangle. Reach up, inhale. Let's start the hamstring stretch with a half split. Exhale, fingertips on the mat or on the blocks. Sit back. I'm keeping right toes tucked under, and I'm keeping the hips above the right knee rather than sitting onto the right heel. Send the left hip to the back, flex the left foot, lengthen the back, and fold the forehead to the left toes. Release, going through runner's lunge, bending front knee. Pick up the back knee and step the right foot in the middle of the mat. Tramlining feet, turning all 10 of them to the front. I'm lengthening spine. Inhale, sending left hip to the back, right heel onto the mat, and fold. Shin, mat, blocks, wherever the stretch is. Feel the left hamstring stretching. Check with the right heel. Right heel is pressing onto the mat, don't let it come off. Bend your left knee slightly and come up. I'm going to give it a shake, pressing knuckles together, and feel that instead of rounding the shoulders to the front, roll the shoulder blades together and feel the work in the back muscles. Take a big inhale, micro bend in the knees, and exhale forward. Feel the stretch, feel the work in the hamstrings. Keep the back straight. I'm not going any deeper than that because I would be rounding my back. Squeeze your elbows up towards the ceiling. Press the right heel onto the mat. Take one more breath, and bring the right fingertips onto the shin, block, wherever, flattening the back. As you send the left shoulder and elbow up, right heel onto the mat, and then reach the left arm up. Find a long back and a twist in the whole torso. Stack the shoulders as much as you can. Send the right heel onto the mat. Lengthen the back. Now I'm really feeling it. I feel the twist in the back and the work. Bring the left hand onto the shin slowly. Bend your left knee and straighten up. Come to the front of the mat and shake the legs out. Let's flush it out with a sun salutation. Let's meet in downward dog. You go in your own time. If you want to, come with me. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, high plank or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the front, inhale, exhale, step or jump the feet in the middle of the mat together. So we can do a chair pose again. Big toes are touching. Sweep up into chair, squeeze the knees. Sweep the arms up, inhale, long back. Exhale, hands to heart center, squeeze the knees as hard as you can. Twist again, one way, doesn't matter which way. Feel that you're pressing into the the knee, but the knees stay together. And now twist, it should be so much easier. Your back muscles are warm, you've twisted your back. Keep twisting, keep twisting. Bring the hands to the middle of the mat, in front of you. Push your bum up and roll your spine up. Let's do the other side, feet together. Inhale, chair, squeeze the knees. You need that. That switches on inner thighs and core muscles. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist the other way. Knees together, feel the inner thighs working. Keep the knees together. Now press into the elbow and lengthen spine. Feel the twist in the back. And then bring the fingertips on the middle of the mat, push your bum up and roll up. Shake it out. And listen, you have the option to practice crane again. What's that now? From yogic squat. Try the twist with me, even if you're not trying the side crawl. Side crawl is very much about twisting the back and being able to pull the belly button in at the same time. Feet together, and I sit onto the heels, heels off. Now listen, for me, it's really important that the knees are not doing anything funny like that. Squeeze, inner thighs, core. When you walk your fingertips, I'm going to go to my right. When you go to the walk the fingertips to the right, feel that it's already stretching. There shouldn't be pain. Squeeze the knees. Keep walking until you feel, okay, I think I'm ready to put the hands no wider than my shoulders. The heels of the hands come down. And what I do personally, I just see if I can press the outside of the knee onto the triceps. If it's the forearm, not quite there. So maybe sink lower, twist more. And all you need to do, the left tricep would be the shelf. Again, spread the fingertips and tip into it. While I'm tipping into the fingertips, I'm also doing this in the core, which you can't see. As I tip into it, my core does that. Which is weird because you're in a twisted position. So when you're here, you pull the belly button in, you tug the pelvis and you pull it in. Squeeze the knees together and the inner thighs will help you activate the core muscles. The tricep needs to be on the outside of the right thigh, right knee, because that's where the shelf is. I'll just show you very quickly, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it took me about 2 years to get here because I have no twist in my back, so I needed to train my core. But when I'm in it, can you see how I'm bending the elbows and the knees are stacking? Forearm, elbow, knee. So you need to bend it and you need that to actually keep the knees on top of the elbows. Okay, also actually come out of that position. We'll come back to that side. Come out of that position. Remember which side. We do the other side and then we come back again one more time, because one side for me is just ridiculously so much easier. Lengthen the back first. Come up. And I'm doing the other side. Again, I need to have my feet, knees together. Sitting back, heels off, and I start twisting. I'm taking my time. You might not need it. I definitely needed this side. This side for me is so much harder. Knees together. So I'm taking my time to twist, 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 twist. Yeah, I'm checking in. Yeah, back is all right. Okay. Hands, are they going down flat? Or they're about shoulder distance? Is my right tricep on the outside of the left knee? Am I squeezing the knees together? Just dipping into fingertips, lifting the heels. But again, think about that scoop in the stomach muscles, because the stomach muscles will keep the knees close to your chest. If you don't use the stomach muscles, the knees will ping away from you and slide off the tricep. So while you're tipping into it, think about that scoop, drawing in. Felicity, are you okay? And again, think about when you tip into it. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm pressing the tricep onto the knee and I'm pushing the knee away and the knees together. For me, unfortunately, it takes that much work. And then when I tip, forearm, elbow, knee, knee. And here, I wish you could feel how everything is squeezing. Now listen, shake it out for a sec. Let's do one sun salutation and try it both ways. I don't know if you can feel the difference. I can, but you should be getting warmer. If you want to leave out the sun salutation, feel free. Feel feet hip distance. Inhale, sweep up. Do it in your own time. You don't have to wait for me. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Meet me down with the good eyes. Take one more breath. Now I'm going to drop the knees and stretch the back of my wrist just for a split second, just to prepare, because there's a lot going on there. Have a little play. If you know it, you don't have to watch. But again, I'm going to talk you through all the things that go through my head because I'm not one of those natural ones. So if I'm actually I'm going to start on my harder side. If you know you have one, maybe you could do it, doesn't matter. Toes together, knees together, sit down, heels off, squeeze the knees, walking fingertips over. Feeling the twist. Is there any back pain? No, I'm good, I'm good. Tricep outside of the knee. Yeah, cool. Heels of the hands are going flat. Hands are no wider than the shoulders. Drawing belly button in, tucking pelvis, lifting heel, bending the elbows as I'm tipping into the fingertips. I've got the bottom foot coming off first, and I'm joining the top foot. If and when you're changing over, I would stand up to lengthen the legs and the back. It's just there is so much going on in the back. Can I just ask, is there any back pain while you're doing that? The wrist is getting probably quite tired. Yeah. Shoulders okay as well? Yeah. Okay. Have a go on the other side. Sophie. Hello. Hello. Lauren, would you mind turning your, it's actually really good. Would you mind turning your crown, the crown of the head towards the camera, Lauren, so I can see your alignment? Squeeze the knees together. And again, take your time with the twist and press that elbow, the tricep into the knee, hands flat. Guys, if you've had enough, just sit back into a child's pose. Yeah. Draw the belly button in. Think about that tuck in the pelvis. Yeah. Yep. Got it. See? Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Guys, again, if you need to straighten your legs and your spine for a sec, just wiggle your bum around. Some of you are still just coming out of the position. And sit into child's pose for a sec. Nice. Now listen, one of the things I like to do after crawl or side crawl, I just feel I'm very compressed here, which is great, but I need to stretch out the hips. So we do a lizard. When you're ready, can I just ask you to step the left leg to the front into lizard? Just step forward and backward. I don't know if you can feel it. I can feel that my right hip flexors are really tight because there is so much crunching and flexing in the spine and in the stomach. And I'm dropping the knee, untucking the toes. I like to press into that knee, really lengthening the spine, opening the heart up as you're pressing into the right heel of the hand. If you gently let the left knee drop out to the side, I'm feeling inside, deep inside the right hip flexor. You can always reach back for the right foot, but sometimes it's not very nice on the knee, so I quite like that. Maybe swing side to side if your right knee allows that. Lovely. Release. I'm tucking the back toes, rounding the back before stepping into downward dog. Maybe pedal it out. Again, if you're focusing on finding a static stretch, I would bend the knees and drop the sternum through because your shoulders have done a lot. Step the right leg on the outside of the right hand. I'm keeping the left leg straight, just shifting forward and backward, bending the right knee as much as you can. Already starting that lovely stretch in the front of my left hip. Drop the left knee. I'm coming onto the outside edge of the right foot, and maybe if you open the heart up, I'm twisting the right shoulder all the way up, pressing the right heel of the hand into the knee, and it's more of a creating space between the right shoulder and the right knee rather than pressing the right knee outwards. Swinging side to side is good if it's there. You might want to reach back for that left foot with the right hand, but keeping the hip low. It might be too much on the knee. And please be aware of the left knee. Let's take one more breath here. Lovely. Again, come back to center. Find downward dog. One more stretch into the shoulders. I should have asked you at the beginning, but do you have a roller or a block? Can I just show you before you just dropping the knee? If you don't have a block, you could do a roller. Do you have a roller somewhere not too hidden? That's probably my favorite one, and maybe a pillow. I just want to open the front of your shoulders by lying on the roller. But the block is good. Guys, I promise we're almost there because you need to go back to work. Lauren, have you got anything like that? A roller, Lauren? Yeah, that's right. You could do a puppy or just hold the downward dog if you want. We're just chilling, really. But if the roller or the block is underneath your bra strap, hopefully it pushes the rib cage up to the ceiling. Wide feet, relax your hips onto the mat. Drop the head back. You might like it on the mat. You might want a pillow underneath your head, and either reach the arms to the front. I just feel this is a really nice stretch in the front of my shoulders and the stomach, or maybe arms out to the side. Actually, Lauren, oh, no, that's good too. No, carry on. What I was going to say, one of the other things you could do is a shoulder bridge and tucking under. Puppy is good too. Just choose whatever suits you to open the front of your shoulders. Just take a few deep breaths. Laura, make sure there is no back pain. So if and when you need to come out of the position, feel free. We're just taking a couple more breaths here. Very slowly find your way out of the position. I tend to lift the chin first and press the lumbar spine towards the mat. We'll meet in a seated position so you don't have to rush anywhere. Coming off the roller, I'm going to sit on my heels, but you can cross your legs. We're finishing with the neck stretches. Makes you comfy. Shoulders back, away from the ears, long neck. And then the ear to shoulder one way. Other way. Come back to center. Lift the chin to stretch the front of your neck. And then drop the chin to stretch the back of your neck. And then roll the head around one way. And the other way. Lift your gaze once you've done the last one. Just one more thing. Back of your wrists pressing together. Try and relax the shoulders. Dropping elbows towards the mat whilst pressing the back of your wrists together. And then relax the other way. Maybe lift the elbows and drop the heels of the hands towards the mat. Probably don't feel it that much. Interlace the fingers and just shake them out. Circle them around one way a few times. Nothing too fast or aggressive. It should be nice. Other way. And then shake it out. A few more extension, making a fist. Shake them out. Hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. Well done, us. How did you get on? Are we okay? Yeah? Yeah?